Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel once again, where today I've decided to do a video, because I have not really been making a lot of content lately, and basically I'm making this more of an update video. But obviously today we're going to be playing a little bit of Spyro 2 Reignited Trilogy, using this cool swamp poison Spyro skin, because obviously that's really cool. But yeah, we've got Breeze Harbour to do, but yes, basically I wanted to make this like as a little bit of a quick update video, because as you all know me, if you, let's say, you want to go back to, say, for example, 2019, I was like very productive. I consider myself to be. Like, that was the year I pretty much like found the community. This whole Spyro community, even though I am more of like a Crash player, but Spyro's really cool as well, hence why I'm playing it today. But yes guys, I mean, it is real, really cool stuff to me, and it was all like a big thing back in the day. Obviously, thank you so much to everybody, kind people in this community. I'm not going to name too many shoutouts, because obviously that would be a really long video, because there's so many amazing people in this community. But yes, of course, as well, I might just start doing Let's Plays as well, from the motivation of some awesome people in this community. So, yeah, thank you so much for them, everyone. And obviously, but a lot has happened recently, over the last year. I am talking like 2020, early 2021, I believe I got them too, which basically has been a huge setback for me. I mean, it has had a massive impact on me mentally, mental health related, and a lot of things unfortunately have hurt me during that time. So obviously with that also comes a massive setback with my productive self when it comes to doing things like these Let's Plays, and productivity in general, activity with people on the social media, and obviously wanting to collaborate with people, and general just involvement in community stuff, stuff for content I produce that you love to make. I mean, really, I don't know if I should really mention this, but obviously over this last year a lot has happened in general, like a lot has happened, and it has put a huge downer on me. Like, for example, starting in March 2020, we started with a global pandemic, which is really not something that has been really good for me mentally, because personally, as a person myself, I am a major germphobe. I'm just going to put that out right now. I have a fear of sickness, and obviously the virus that's in circulation with this pandemic is very, very highly contagious. I mean, it can just spread by basically standing next to somebody who's got it, which is really, really scary to me. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I was pretty much crapping my pants when I heard about it in general. So, and obviously that has caused other things to happen as well, such as like lockdowns and stuff like that, which basically means that all the stuff I usually like to do, like going to the restaurants, going to the places I love to go, obviously all the arcade gaming and stuff like that, which I love to do, family events, meetups, haven't really been able to happen until like recently, because obviously a lot has changed. I mean, 2020 was a very bad year for a lot of reasons, but obviously yeah, it has changed a lot, and to be honest, it has been pretty scary to me. I mean, everything's like changed, and it has really had a major impact on my mental health. Now, a lot of you is thinking, like, yay, lockdown, that means that, well, not much to do. That means that you can be more productive, you can do more things, on your channel. But unfortunately, with mental health struggles and stuff like that, it is not really something that's that easy, to be honest. I mean, it has put a major down on me. It's been a major setback to me and stuff like that. And obviously this year things have got better with vaccinations, obviously, and stuff like that. So obviously things are getting better now. Things are getting more back to normal. I mean, this is for the UK, basically. I'm just going to put this into context, how I handle this. Basically, I mean, masking requirements, social distancing has pretty much, it's done within the UK, it's forgotten, but I still take extreme precautions, and I still wear a mask. I'm still crazy with the hand sanitizing gel because I am like a germphobe from what's on surfaces and stuff like that. I know that sounds absolutely mental, but that's just the way I am. And I take regular rapid tests, so to make sure that I'm not going to infect anyone, because that's a really paranoid thing, because obviously people in my family, I really do not want to hurt them. So this is a real big scary situation. There's still things I won't do now. I mean, I don't feel super secure going to, let's say, the movies or anything like that. So, but I mean, that is pretty much to expect, given the current world situation. But I mean, a lot happened, last year as well. Like, I've had 2 losses, of people really close to me. Very close to me. Like, people who, basically got no flaws with at all. Like, they were the only 2 people who were really good. There's still lots of people around me, friends and family, but from the community as well, who have been really helpful to me and really beneficial to me. And, all that sort of stuff. So I really do thank them. But these 2 people I've lost, I mean, they were pretty much like my closest and bestest friends. So, yeah, that was my auntie and my granddad. So both relatives of my mother, a sister and father. So that is really sort of like put a major downer on me as well, because I've been through an awful lot. So I've also got grief to handle as well. So yeah, that is not fun. But I mean, I'm not going to mention this topic too much in my Let's Play. And what the hell was that? But at least I got to hear that famous line in the script. Trouble with the trolley, eh? But yeah, basically, obviously, it's very hard to talk about, and I don't want to make this Let's Play too much about that, but that is one of the things that sort of set me back. Now, a lot of things sort of like have got better, and the pandemic situation is improving, but the real struggle for me now is, now that the worry about that is fading, even though once again I am being very precautious, I am taking extra care of myself, because obviously I am really fearful, and obviously of germs, general things circulating that, anything in general. I'm particularly the most scared of the norovirus, the winter sickness bug, but obviously that comes and goes every year. There's not much you can do apart from take the precautions, like I said. But all of this worry about the pandemic, like I said, is fading. But now anxiety and grief is now starting to get the best of me, unfortunately, and that really is like hard for me. A lot. It is. I've been through a terrible lot. I've told people I'm close to about this a lot. I talk to people I'm close to quite a lot, and obviously just it's really hard to talk about, but that is one of the things that is sort of like putting the downer on me, because obviously anxiety has increased quite a lot, and I do get worried, just standing close to people, being close to certain people or going into certain places. I'll avoid busy places because I find myself to get very easily overwhelmed and stuff like that. So I'm in a major healing process, like a really big healing process, so I hope you all can understand that. So I'm really sorry that you guys have all got to hear that, because the 2019 me and the 2021 me are very different for all these reasons that I've previously mentioned, and it's all really scary stuff. It's like living in a bad dream, a hard reality which you just can't escape and wake up from. It's such an awful time. But thankfully, I just want to thank anybody in here who is really beneficial to helping me, and can relate to me when it comes to anxiety, things like that. So, obviously the therapists that I've had, and also as well some awesome, family members and some friends in the community, including people like Lucas Bolton and Noel McDavid, and there's also a few others as well who's also helpful, like Crystal Fisher. He's also shared some positive things as well, even though there's like a serious chat for it in the ISGP community. But obviously that is not something I access too much, because I might see something that upsets me, because I am a person who worries a lot. about the state of the world, anything I see going on bigoted, or to do with war, or, just general stuff, bad news, really upsets me and really triggers me, because I know it's hard to like believe that there's going to be a world that's going to be always perfect, but I mean, nothing's perfect in life. And another thing I've learnt as well is nobody in this world is perfect either. Now that's a major topic. I mean, nobody is perfect. Everybody has their flaws. You would think that people, are like really, sort of, I don't know what's the word for it, perfect in every single way. Like, people think that certain people are certain really good people, absolutely perfect in every way with no flaws, and people will over idolize them. But, it's just one of those, but it's not true. Everybody has their flaws, everybody has their bad moments. You might not see it on the internet, or you might not see it while you meet up with people, or while you're around them, but people do wrong things. People are flawed in certain ways. People have mental health issues. People have anxieties. People have issues. Nobody is 100% perfect. I'm even going to far as say I don't even think God is perfect. I mean, yes, I do believe in God. Obviously that is a very, can be quite a controversial topic, but, obviously, I don't know why cutscenes don't have sound, especially when the Windows clicks. That is really weird. But, obviously, I mean, nobody is perfect. I mean, people might think people are perfect, but they're not. That is not true. Now, another topic I want to get on with is, I've sort of like, I'm just going to say this right now, I have a condition that is on the autism spectrum. And if you don't know what autism really is, it might be something worth reading up on. It's obviously a mental health related issue that affects a growing number in the population now, but we just handle things in different ways, and obviously being able to handle a lot of things that's gone off recently this has also made it harder as well. But one of the main things that's really hard for me is change, and I can get overwhelmed easy in a lot of situations. Now, a lot of people, sadly, do not understand this, but obviously I myself do, and thankfully a few people around me do as well. So, yeah, so that's one really good thing, around, relating to things like that. Quite a few other people in the community have it as well. But I mean, I might not be talking too good today, because obviously, I have a lot on my mind, and it's sort of hard to be able to pick up on certain things that, he just has to be killed, that I want to really stay focused on, but, it's not as easy as you think it would be. Your mind's going to, like, start to glitch about and do all really weird things. But, that's just one of them things that happen. But, as I say, change is something to adapt of. Obviously a lot of changes had to happen, especially, going back to the losses. A lot of things I did, I spent a lot of time with people, relied upon people, but that's all changed. Things have to change now, and that is really hard for me, in general. With a lot of the things that's gone off, and, it's all a lot to comprehend in my head, so, obviously, one thing I'm wanting to get back to is this productive self. I mean, I could continue doing Let's Plays and streams, and I'd really like to, but it is one of them things you are going to have to bear with me. I don't think I'm going to be able to upload as often as I used to, but I want to slowly get back into the swing of this. I just want to say that. Oh wow, you can just flame that, okay. I didn't not know that. But obviously things are taking, a slow time to get back into the swing of things. Obviously with the pandemic, a lot of things have been put in place as well, rules-wise. That was the major stress. That did cause me a lot of anxiety, by the way. Having to stand in certain places, having to pre-book into certain things, having certain protocols to follow. That caused me a lot of stress, so I'm really glad that has gone now. But as I say, other worries now have started to take over, but, I'm starting to work back on myself. Only a couple of months back, starting from like late 2020, I had this issue where I could not go out anywhere without having a panic attack. Like, this is not a joke at all. This is actually really serious stuff. You know, I get really panicky, you know, being around people, being in a busy environment. You know, I still get like that in shops now, but, you know, I'm slowly starting to get myself out and doing more. You know, even if it's to go out for a drive around, I find it really oddly satisfying and comforting. You know, sort of like and relaxing to do. You know, like go out for a drive maybe, but also I can go for walks in some places too. That does help too. Also being able to go to the places I loved before, like I previously mentioned. So, you know, being able to go to a restaurant again, you know, more or less as a free-for-all, you know, more or less back to normality, is a huge step to me. And I am now starting to work on healing myself. I mean, so much has changed. I mean, at the start of this year as well, another thing, I managed to find something to do. You know, obviously, finding jobs and opportunity is not easy for me because I sort of like get very anxious about change, you know, obviously going into a new environment. I've never been in a workplace environment before. Now I have a lot of people saying, you're 25 and you never had a job, but you know, it's not really all that simple just to get one for a person who has the mental health issues like me. Like I'd have to start out part-time to begin with, you know, to prevent the overwhelmingness of the whole thing. You know, it is a very different environment. I mean, let's say even to college or anything, you know, to what I've heard. I mean, I've tried job interviews, but I just have not been that good. But I know not to like give up on it. But I did manage to find something at the start of this year, believe it or not, and that is freelancing for a company called Linebridge, which basically allows me to basically rate advertisements. You know, actually managed to find a freelance job, which was quite decent pay. You know, I can't mention too much about it because obviously it's their company policy, but unfortunately a couple of months back I've been added to their reserve pool, which is really annoying because I was really enjoying doing that project and it was a major start, you know, to let's say like a career option, and it was sort of like putting my foot in the door to slowly progressing. And you know, it's definitely an ideal, handy type of work to be doing, you know, during, let's say for example let's say a worldwide situation like this, you know, with lots going off. So I really enjoyed that, but I'm hoping that it's not, because it's only a year's project, I'm hoping that while I'm in that reserve pool, it's not going to affect, like, you know what I mean, take away work. So hopefully that will be on pause as well. Did I get shout? Alright, so I had to go and get something to eat real quick, so hence why there was a little cut there. But yeah, but as I say, I was mentioning like my current situation regarding you know, work related topics, but basically eating is also in another struggle as well, partly because obviously I've like lost a little bit of appetite, also with how I've generally been feeling lately too, which is also a really big bummer. But obviously I'm being bit careful with that because I don't obviously want to end up with eating disorder or anything like that. But obviously loss of appetite is one of the worries that comes with the anxieties and you know, sort of stresses I've been having lately due to everything that's happened. So that's another thing I've got to like try to keep under control. But other than that, I can't really think of too much else to say. I mean, a lot has also happened as well. Like, obviously I've been in quite a few speedrunning tournaments. Quite a lot has gone off with that too. Obviously I've got to meet some amazing people in them. But also at the same time, I got to trust people or know people who were like close to me. Even for some time. Only for those people to like, you know, sort of like not, you know, not be who I expected, or to be... but do some very sus things behaviour-wise, or, you know, they're not, you know, basically been turned my back on. And, you know, obviously there's some dodgy people within these communities as well, like it's not all perfect, but the best thing I did really was to sort of like block and cut myself off, you know, from such troubles, you know, relating, you know, to, you know, to those sort of behaviours, because, I mean, unfortunately, with the situation I'm in and what I've been going through, it is not really easy for me to be able to like take on board other people's issues and problems, because I mean, obviously I like to try to offer support and help as much as I can, but I mean, if, you know, I mean, obviously things start relating to drama, I'm not really in a good position to be trying to solve it, frustratingly enough, because, I mean, life's just not easy for me to be able to manage those things, you know, at the current time. Usually I would try to, because I consider myself to be more of like a peacekeeper of the person. You know, I like everybody to get along nicely, but you know, obviously when that can't always be done, it does cause me a lot of stress and frustration, so I personally find that distancing myself from those type of people and things is of course a much better option for me. And my commentary's not been too good in this part, by the way. I mean, it really is not, but I just basically just wanted to let you all know how I've generally been lately, and you know, things have not looked too good, but of course I still all care about you all. You are all fantastic in this community, and I will try to get back to doing more Let's Plays, live streams and content on my channel. It's just going to take a little bit of time because I am going through a healing process, and this is something that I'd like you all to be able to, like, hopefully understand. And I mean, if you're willing to send any positive vibes, you know, in the comments, or if you want to get in touch with me to check on me or something in DMs, that would also be much appreciated as well. But obviously you don't have to do that if you've got other things to focus on as well. But of course, yes, everyone, so thank you so much, I mean, for watching this and, you know, listening in. This is just a brief summary of what's happened to me lately, and but you know, I'm telling you now, guys, I will get back to it. It's just taking a bit of time, and I will get to my old self again, and that is a process that I'm currently working on, and I know that I can do this, but it's going to take effort. I mean, as much as I love everyone in this community, I do have a lot of other things to be like focusing on. So as frustrating as that is, you know, obviously working on myself is important. So yes, everyone, so I'm just going to finish this cowlick challenge, and I think I'm going to wrap this up because it's gone on for long enough now anyway. But yeah, everyone here is awesome. Thank you so much for watching this part. I'm not going to talk about too much today because are you kidding me? How has that happened? He's stuck in the wall? Are you kidding me? No, there's got to be a way to free him. Come on. He's got to get out of that wall. There's got to be a way. Yep, there we go. So I know this is not really about the game, but you know, obviously I'm going to talk about it while I'm there too. So yep, so I'm going to slowly work on bringing myself back to how I was before, you know, but it is going to be a slow process. So of course, everyone, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Much appreciate everyone being here for me and all the support that's been offered. You know, everyone in this community, everyone in BFFs, you know, obviously all of you are amazing. You know, run by Emily and Luke RF44, of course. So yes, awesome two people as well. So yep, everybody in this community is fantastic. You know, who I'm around, who I'm close to. I'm just going to put it that way. But of course, everyone, yeah. But don't hesitate, you know, if you want to DM me. I will try to get back to doing more videos. I will try to get back to doing more live streams, and I will try to get back to my to some of the comments on my most popular videos. It just hasn't been too much of a priority, but I am slowly working on myself, and this is a long healing process. So yes. But that's basically all I really can think about to talk about today. You know, it's been an under half an hour video. You know, that's what I'm basically wanting to work on doing. You know, not having videos too long. And yes, but another thing is I want to say as well is when I do get back to doing my channel, I am more of a person who likes to do, let's say, these channels and videos on my own. You know, collabs are not a major strong thing for me. But if I do a collab, I'm more of a person who does it with one or two people, because I very easily can get overwhelmed with more than, you know, with too many people in the call. Like you might have learnt, you know, from my some of my old Let's Play parts where I've had like the whole BFF's community, VIP community join. So Yep, so that's one thing I've got to learn from that, but I will try to get back to doing more fun runs and stuff like that as well. So of course everyone, I'm going to wrap it off here because otherwise I can just talk all day and go round in complete circles. But yes everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, or having to listen to what I have to update you on, and I will talk more of this in the future. But thank you so much everyone for watching. You're all amazing people, and I will speak to you all later. So thank you so much for watching everyone. I hope you all have a good one. I love you all, and I will see you all later. Peace out.